Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. Have you ever found yourself surfing the internet for strange and astounding discoveries that boggle the mind? Well, get ready to be amazed by the greatest things recently discovered in China. Believe it or not, there's more to China than the Great Wall. In fact, the Chinese civilization, which began in the river basins of the Yellow River and Yangtze almost 5,000 years ago, is considered one of the world's most ancient. Written records from the 4th millennium BC attest to the civilization's early development, so you can imagine how much history there is. Here are some of the strangest discoveries of China that you have never seen. Number 1. 1 million-year-old skull. Meet our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. Yeah, you need to add a bunch more grades, but you get the drill. In the heart of central China's Hubei province lies the shedding Liangxi site, a treasure trove of ancient wonders waiting to be unraveled. Guided by the deft hand of an archaeologist, the layers of sediment unveil a breathtaking sight. A human skull more than 1,000,000 years old, carefully cradled in both hands. This extraordinary fossil, known as the Yangtze Man, is destined for further research and restoration at a prestigious archaeological academy, offering fresh insights into the fascinating story of human evolution. Published in September 2022, this groundbreaking discovery marks the third ancient human skull found at the site. It took more than half a year to excavate the one skull, but finally, researchers carefully unearthed the most intact hominid skull fossil found in Eurasia, holding precious anatomical features that provide a window into our distant past. Beyond human history, shedding Liangxi reveals a diverse prehistoric menagerie. Among the finds are fossils of monkeys, tigers, hyenas, and the majestic stegodon, a creature resembling an elephant. Tantalizing stone tools bearing traces of human craftsmanship add further intrigue to our exploration of the past. For now, we don't know its gender or age, but now that excavation has ended, archaeologists are focusing on researching all of these details. Number 2. Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor. The Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor is one of the most grandiose archaeological sites in the world. It is the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, and it's located in the Lintong district of Xi'an, Shaanxi province. The mausoleum complex is enormous, covering an area of over 22 square miles. It is said to have been built over a period of 38 years, from 246 to 208 BC. And to have employed over 700,000 workers. The most famous feature of the mausoleum is the terracotta army. This is a vast collection of life-size terracotta soldiers, horses, and chariots that were buried alongside the emperor. The army is said to number over 8,000 soldiers and is one of the most impressive archaeological discoveries of all time. Another interesting feature of the mausoleum is the mercury rivers. There are 2 underground rivers that are said to be filled with mercury. The mercury rivers were designed to represent the Yellow River and the Yangtze River, and they were intended to help the emperor travel to the afterlife. The tomb itself has never been opened. This is because the Chinese authorities believe that opening the tomb would damage the delicate artifacts inside. The tomb is also said to be booby-trapped, and there's fear that opening it could release dangerous gases. Oh, and make sure to subscribe and like the video, or you'll be the next victim of an ancient curse protecting the emperor's tomb. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 3. Astonishing evidence of lost Chinese civilization. The Sangsingdui civilization was a Bronze Age culture that flourished in the Sichuan basin of China from the 12th to the 11th centuries BCE. The site of Sangsingdui was first discovered in 1929, but it wasn't until 1986 that archaeologists made their first major discovery: 2 pits filled with thousands of artifacts, including bronze sculptures, jade figurines, and ivory carvings. The artifacts from Sangsingdui are unlike any other found in China at the time. The bronze sculptures are particularly striking with their large size and stylized features. Some of the most famous artifacts from Sangsingdui include a 10 feet tall bronze tree, a pair of giant bronze masks, and a group of bronze figurines depicting a ritual dance. The discovery of Sangsingdui has shed new light on the early history of China. The artifacts from the site suggest that the San culture was a sophisticated and wealthy society with a rich artistic tradition. The culture of Sangsingdui was contemporaneous with the Shang dynasty, but it was much more advanced in terms of its art and technology. The artifacts from Sangsingdui also suggest that the people of this culture had extensive trade networks with other parts of China and Southeast Asia. The reasons for their sudden disappearance are unknown. Some theories suggest that the culture was destroyed by war, while others suggest that it was due to a natural disaster. Number 4. Jade Burial Suit. Jade burial suits have been described in Chinese records since 320 AD, but for centuries they were thought to be a myth. However, in 1968, a tomb was discovered in Hubei province, China, that contained 2 jade burial suits. These suits, which were made for Prince Liu Shang and his wife, Princess Du Wan of the Han Dynasty, proved that jade burial suits were not just a myth but a reality. Jade was thought to have magical properties in ancient China, and it was believed that wearing a jade burial suit would protect the deceased from harm in the afterlife. The suits were made from thousands of small pieces of jade that were sewn together with gold thread. The process of creating a jade burial suit was very labor-intensive. It took about a decade to complete a single suit, and the cost of the materials was also very high. As a result, jade burial suits were only available to the wealthiest members of society. The practice of burying the deceased in jade burial suits came to an end in AD 223 when Emperor Wen of Wei banned the practice. This was done because tomb raiders would often loot tombs and burn the jade burial suits in order to recover the gold thread. Since 1968, a total of 20 jade burial suits have been discovered. All of these suits date back to the Han Dynasty, which existed from 206 BC to AD 220. An instruction manual for creating jade burial suits is found in the Book of Later Han, which provides detailed information about the materials and techniques used to create these intricate garments. Number 5. Oracle Bones. Oracle bone scripts are a type of ancient Chinese writing that was used for divination during the Shang Dynasty. These scripts were inscribed on animal bones and turtle shells, which were then heated or burned to produce cracks. The cracks were then interpreted by shamans as messages from the gods. The first oracle bone scripts were discovered in the late 19th century by Hwang Ho, an epigraphy expert. Hwang was buying Chinese medical materials when he came across some animal bones that were inscribed with strange symbols. He realized that these symbols were actually writing, and he began to decipher them. Hwang's work was groundbreaking, and he is now known as the father of oracle bone scripts. His discoveries have shed light on the Shang Dynasty, and they've helped us to understand the development of Chinese writing. The oracle bone scripts are a valuable resource for historians and linguists. They provide us with a glimpse into the language and culture of ancient China. The scripts also contain information about the Shang Dynasty's political, economic, and religious practices. In the last 100 years, only around 2,000 oracle bone scripts have been decoded. However, there are still many more that remain to be deciphered. As more scripts are decoded, we will learn even more about ancient China. Number 6. Archaeologists in China find well-preserved Ming Dynasty-era fort near the Great Wall. Recently, in China, archaeologists made an exciting discovery, an ancient Great Wall fort that had remained buried for centuries. Known as the Qingping Fort, it hails from the Ming Dynasty era, dating back to 1368 to 1644 AD. This thrilling excavation revealed 2 courtyards and a treasure trove of well-preserved artifacts, including statues that the skilled archaeologists carefully unearthed using their brushes. Set near Yulin City in northwestern China, this significant find unveils a lesser-known site of the Great Wall. While we often associate the wall with defense, the researchers from the Shaanxi Academy of Archaeology revealed a unique twist. The Qingping Fort's primary purpose was peaceful exchanges, think vibrant trade and lively fairs, instead of military maneuvers. The Great Wall's legendary reputation precedes it, spanning over 12,000 miles. This ancient marvel is a huge human achievement. The Great Wall consists of a series of forts like the one they've just discovered. It may be centuries or millennia old. As you may have already heard, it is visible from space, and going by this new discovery, it still has plenty of stories to tell. Number 7. Underwater Buddha Statue. Nestled against a cliff, the serene gaze of the Buddha has captivated tourists, and locals alike, hailed as an auspicious sign. Believed to date from the Ming Dynasty, this extraordinary statue is drawing attention from archaeologists. An initial study suggests its origins could stretch back to the Yuan Dynasty. Xu Chongqing, director of the Research Institute of Archaeology in Jiangxi Province, shares this exciting speculation. Yet, this remarkable find is only the beginning. Beneath the water's surface lies the base of a temple hall, possibly the remnants of the ancient town Chaosi, as local records hint. An underwater archaeology team now explores the submerged town and the statue, crafting a meticulous preservation plan. Surprisingly, being underwater has preserved the statue, displaying its intricate carvings with astonishing clarity. This discovery, and the fact that it's so well preserved, is a blessing because they're quite rare. Sadly, during the Chinese Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, countless cultural relics fell victim to destruction. Authorities told people to get rid of everything old, feudalistic, and superstitious. Standing tall at around 12.5 feet, this beautiful statue was carved directly on the cliff. We can't wait to see what else they'll discover once they've explored every corner of the temple and town below the water. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.